Check this out. It's the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, a remarkably unique nation that was one of the largest and richest of Europe in the 16th century. But hold up, why should we care? Well, the Commonwealth was the largest democracy before the United States came onto the scene. It had a powerful bicameral legislature called the Sejm, and an elective monarchy. Only those with noble privileges were allowed to vote in these elections, though that was about 10% of the population. But it fell, collapsed in spectacular fashion, and left its people under foreign rule for many years. Democracy is a fragile thing. Just a few years ago, The Economist's Democracy Index found America downgraded from full democracy to flawed democracy. For a country facing numerous economic and political crises, looking to the past can help illuminate what might be coming next. An influential political tool had great sway over the Sejm, known as the Liberum veto. This free veto allowed any deputy of the Sejm to veto all legislation and end the meeting of the Sejm without anything at all having been accomplished. This served to empower minority factions within the Sejm. What it also did was allow Russians and Germans to bribe deputies in the Sejm to veto any kind of reform that might strengthen the country. Decades passed in slow decline as the Liberum veto saw ever more frequent use. At one point, 30 years passed with only one meeting of the Sejm able to pass any legislation at all. Eventually, the Commonwealth lost its hold as superpower, and then even its independence. Now, what does this have to do with America? Well, there's this powerful political tool that dominates American Congress in much the same way the Liberum veto did in the Sejm. This tool is known as the filibuster. The filibuster allows for just one senator to kill any bill. Basically, this is because any senator is allowed to talk for an indefinite period of time, and that can delay a bill forever. This has had a debilitating effect on the ability of Congress to legislate. Over the last 50 years, the amount of bills introduced that are passed has fallen by 90% to around 2.8%. In the modern day, reaching 60 votes on what is known as a cloture vote is the only way to end a filibuster. Here is the amount of cloture votes held over the years, which is an effective measure for how many filibusters have occurred. As you can see, the filibuster is not exactly going out of style anytime soon. The effects of a legislative branch rendered unable to legislate were catastrophic for the Commonwealth. As such, Americans should be concerned over the ineffectual nature of their own Congress. A look at the contributing factors to the crisis with reform in mind may help America avoid the pitfalls that large democracies in the past fell into and never climbed out of.